Senator Rodante Marcoleta, what is the latest on that?
Well, we dismissed the case simply because dapat po under the Omnibus Election Code, a candidate should reveal the names of the donors. But however, we were able to establish the fact that indeed may nagbigay sa kanya ng 75 million, tatlo yung donors niya. But at the same time, there was this law, Republic Act 7166, 1991 law, amending the provision of the Omnibus Election Code saying that it is no longer a criminal act if you will not report the names of the contributors. So hindi na po siya kasong criminal, decriminalized po siya by the provision of Republic Act 7166. However, the donors are required to submit the certification of the contributions, the statement of contributions 30 days after the conduct of the election. And that provision of the Omnibus Election Code was not repealed or amended by Republic Act 7166. So until today, the cases against the three contributors are still undergoing preliminary investigation with the Law Department of the Commissioner election.
So Republic Act 7166 decriminalized non-disclosure or inaccuracies in the SOSE or misreporting in the SOSE. So ano na yung penalty, sir? I mean, for candidates to not declare contributions, for them to misdeclare contributions, now that it's been decriminalized?
Well, yes po. So it's no longer a criminal case. Administratively, they can be required to pay administrative fine of ranging from 2,000 to 20,000 pesos, depending on the petition depending on the amount involved. In fact, the non-filing of SOSE under the Omnibus Election Code and under Republic Act 7166 is not criminal. It is actually punishable only as an administrative case, and therefore ang penalty lang po is fine also and not imprisonment.
2,000 to 20,000.
Bakit pa po tayo nangihingi?
2,000.
Bakit pa nangihingi na SOSE?
Kaya nga. And 2,000 to 20,000 peso penalty, I think you will agree with me that's not really a deterrent.
Yes, ma'am, and that's the reason.
Barya lang yan.
Po, Ma'am Ami, that's the reason why, Ma'am Reg, the Comelec have been pushing for the revision and or amendment of our existing law. Simply because, yun nga po, when they decriminalize the non-filing or the non-revelation of the names of the contributors and donors, so parang ang iba, hindi na lang magpa-file ng SOSE. Wala na lang filing.
Yeah.
Ang provision po ng bagong batas natin is, which was actually several years ago, kapag first time kang hindi nag-file ng SOSE, you will be administratively fined 2,000 to 20,000 pesos. 2,000 to 20,000 pesos. However, if you fail to file 2 consecutive SOSE for 2 consecutive elections, dyan po papasok yung kaso ng Joel Maturan versus the Commission election. The Supreme Court said that it should meet the penalty of perpetual disqualification to hold public office.
Sir,
Wala na rin yan. Wala na yung penalty na yan.
Nandyan pa po. Basta you fail to
Nandyan pa.
SOSE for 2 consecutive election, perpetual disqualification to hold public office po yan, Ma'am Ami.
So yung penalty na yan nandyan pa.
Yes po. That's right. Pero yung non-filing,
okay.
kita niyo po, Ma'am Ami, non-filing of
Yeah.
SOSE, walang criminal liability but administrative. Tapos pagka nag-file ka ng SOSE, pagkatapos merong problema, you can be charged either an election offense or a perjury case for misdeclaration, and or at the same time, under the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act, pwede ka rin ma-file ng kaso sa Office of the Ombudsman.